Hi, my name is Matt, and I'm a rising senior at Crystal Springs. This is my project, the phone-controlled robotic arm, and I chose it because, first of all, I find robots very interesting and fun to make and use, and also this project seems like a very solid mix of construction, electronics, and programming. And then finally, just looking at the project description, I had a lot of interesting ideas for modifications that I could do, and that the customizability of this project really appealed to me. So for my first milestone, it consisted of four major steps. The first step was to assemble the arm with the servos, which you can see I did here. And for this step, there are not too many major issues I had. It was just for the tutorial I was using. They actually had a few incorrect bolt measurements for a few of the assembly steps, so I had to go back and replace some of those when I was done. And then my next step was to configure the wiring for the Arduino with the H26 Bluetooth module and the servos, which control the arm, on the breadboard here. And for this, the first issue I had was that I had a few missing resistors. I had some resistors of resistances that I needed and did not have, so I had to replace those with the resistors I did have and put them in series for a few. For example, I had to use three 330 ohm resistors to replace a 1K ohm resistor at first, but the new resistors have come, so I've replaced those, which is much better and much more optimal and efficient. And then my next step was to run some basic test code through the Arduino. And so I just wrote some basic for loops and to make sure that all the different servos would had full range of motion, and that they could move properly and control the arm the way I wanted them to. And during this time, I was actually testing a more complicated program, and I actually stalled and overheated one of the servos on accident because I didn't realize it was stalled. And this kind of taught me just not to push ahead too far too early, because if I had the resistors that I wanted on my servos, or for my servos, then that the servo would not have overheated so fast. But there was no permanent harm done. I just had to wait for it to cool down a bit. So now I have a bit of a demonstration to show that the servos are working. So this should just basically just move the arm around a bit. Yeah, so as you could see, all the different joints actually move there. And so this just shows that milestone 1 is complete. And for my next milestone, I want to program the phone controller with App Inventor, and then write the actual Arduino code that will allow the phone output to control the servos through Bluetooth.